Hello, Denver. Mayor Michael Hancock here. And let me start by wishing everyone a very good Friday, on Good Friday. On this Friday, April the 14th, it is now time for Friday Mail with the Mayor. And we receive quite a few, of course, correspondences from you on Facebook, on postcards, emails, and tweets. We hear from you often. We want to thank you for continuing to reach out to us. So we selected just a few that we can get to you today and try to answer. So why don't we go ahead and jump right into it. The first one comes from Kesar. And Kesar writes, congrats on starting the new air service between Denver and Gatwick or Norwegian. I am very happy to see the growth. Denver has grown to closeness of Seattle and other cities of that size. Our DIA really needs Emirates, Qatar, Etihad, and Turkish Airlines presence to connect to Europe, Africa, and Asia. Being a hub for United, Southwest, and Frontier, DIA strongly needs an American Express lounge as well. So Kesar, I cannot agree with you more. I got to tell you that it takes years for us to get these nonstop flights, or direct flights we like to call them, to materialize. And we are so excited that Norwegian has committed to use Denver to connect directly to London and to Gatwick. It's a phenomenal opportunity for all of our travelers, whether they're doing it on for personal tourism or on business. I got to tell you, in 2016, October 2016, I took a delegation, about 40, to United Arab Emirates to work with, you said it right, Emirates and Etihad about the possibility of doing a direct flight to the Middle East, primarily there to Abu Dhabi or to the other location out there, and I just lost it, Dubai. So I apologize. But this is a phenomenal opportunity for us, and we recognize how critically important the Middle East to us. So you should know we're working on it. Again, it takes years for these to materialize, but we are building those connections because we understand the importance of our connectivity around the world. With regards to American Express airline lounge that you asked about, in about 90 days, or at least in May, we'll be issuing a 90-day notice for bid for lounges at DIA, and American Express can bid. Let's hope that they do, because I agree with you. I think they would be a great addition to our airport. So thank you, Kasar, for writing in, because we believe in what you believe in, that we need to continue to improve our connectivity around the world. Let's go on to number 2, and this one comes from Myron. And I want to thank Myron for not only writing us in about rents getting out of control, out of hand here in Denver, and he wanted to know what we are going to be doing about this. Myron also sent this great picture which shows a for rent sign, and it talks about a 3-bedroom, 2-bath unit for $2,800 a month. Myron, I got to tell you, there is nothing that comes across my desk more critical and more complex than the issue of housing in the city of Denver. We have seen as the cost of living, particularly cost of housing, has increased dramatically in our great city. But we've tried to do some things to abate it. Listen, we have worked with our partners over the last 3 years, following my 3x5 challenge, to build 3,000 new units over the next 5 years, or within 5 years. We're now in year 4. I can tell you that we have built 2,500 units. We have 700 under construction right now, and the goal was not so much that we would close the need for affordable housing gap, because that 3,000 doesn't come close to doing that, but we want to really spark the market to think about affordable housing and how we could build more. Just last year, in partnership with City Council, the City of Denver agreed to develop a $150 million fund, a housing fund, to build more affordable housing in Denver, and we are beginning the process of deploying those dollars this year, so we can partner with developers with the goal of course, building more affordable housing. The goal is to build 6,000 units under that fund, but really the ultimate objective, again, is to build more, hoping to spark the market to think more about it. So while this is exciting progress, we recognize we got a lot of work to do, and we're scratching the surface. But again, the market is listening, and our developers are in tune, our partners are teed up, and we're doing everything we can to begin to close the gap and to help with the rising cost of housing in Denver. So thank you, Myron, for your concern and for your thoughtful email to the office. Let's go on to the next one. This one comes from Ryan, and he writes, I know urban planning is a complex process that requires taking into account many short and long-term goals and juxtaposing those with an array of competing community values. At the same time, here's how a recent change in Denver's trash collection has played out. The city of Denver removed large dumpsters from alleys. People started putting large bags of trash in the bins at various parks because there are no longer dumpsters in the alleys. The Denver Parks and Recreation Department stopped putting trash cans in our parks, mine and Skyland Park near residential areas, so that people would put their personal trash bags in their dumpsters. Wouldn't put their personal trash bags in their dumpsters. The park is now full of trash and dog waste because there are no trash cans in the section of the park where residents actually live and walk their dogs. In other words, the solution to the first problem created a whole new set of problems and needs some creative thinking and more strategic planning. What can I do to help solve this problem? Well, let me tell you, Ryan, thank you for writing in. This is a complex issue, but I'll tell you that over the last 5 years, the city of Denver has gone through the process of converting from the dumpsters to the barrels. You're absolutely correct in that. The moment we got your email, we did send it to our Parks and Rec and Public Works departments, and they made a very quick assessment, quite frankly, and noticed that the bins, first of all, the park was in great condition. We did not find the piles of dog waste and trash that you alluded to. The bins around the park were being used. We did ask after the assessment that they would put one barrel on the southeast corner of the park, and so that has been done. And so we thank you for that. But let me share with you, and thank you for asking what else you can do. We instituted this conversion because we're moving to a more multi-streamed solid waste diversion process. And that means that we're really working to promote recycling and composting as an alternative to just putting trash in the barrels. And if people compost and recycle, there should be very little trash for you to be putting into dumpsters or even your barrels that we've now deployed throughout the city of Denver. That is the trend that helps us save money, helps our environment, helps keeps us all safer, and quite frankly, we become more responsible stewards with regards to solid waste in our environment. And so we encourage people to sign up for solid waste diversion services. If you're in an apartment complex, which you probably are in downtown Denver, contact your landlord and ask for more recycling services. In our parks, we'll make sure that we are continuing to deploy our diverse streams as well and their recycling bins in the park. But again, Ryan, we thank you very much. If you want to know how you can help, call 311 when you see a trash, when you see animal waste in the parks, and we'll make sure we deploy services to handle that as well. Let's go on to the last one, and it comes from Al. Al writes, Mayor, ditch these central I-70 ditch plans now. Restore 46th Avenue to a greenway. Widening this highway will not solve traffic congestion or lessen disease caused by its pollution. Unite our neighborhood again. Al, I have, since day one as mayor, entered into this conversation about the future of I-70. Prior to me becoming mayor, I can tell you for 11 years, this conversation had been going on in the surrounding communities of I-70. When I visited the neighborhoods, it was the residents who looked me straight in the eye and said, simply, Mayor, we're tired of being studied and probed. It is time that we move this project forward. I-70, we agree, was an environmental injustice in the neighborhood. We wanted to find the best and least impactful alternative to be developed in that neighborhood. The current selected alternative has been found to be the least impactful alternative in terms of noise, environment, and of course, the disruption in the lives of the folks who live around it. We still have some disruption, we acknowledge that, but the goal was to find the least impactful. And this is the best alternative going forward, and by the way, that was just confirmed by the federal government's the Department of Transportation Civil Rights Division just yesterday. But as we move forward, the goal is to continue to engage the community as we did in working with CDOT. As a result, the 90-acre park that will be a part of the CAP as part of this project came about because the residents said this was important, and we pushed forward that solution and recommendation to CDOT. There are many other remedies that we brought forward as a result of this, but it came from direct engagement with the residents who live in and around this I-70 project. So we simply want to thank you, Al, for writing in, and know that we have worked hard to try to find the best solution going forward. We believe, although it's not a perfect alternative, this is the best alternative and less impactful alternative going forward. But thank you for writing in, Al, and our goal is to keep you as much involved and informed, as well as all the residents, as we move forward. Well, that concludes our Friday Mail with the Mayor. Thank you all for writing in. Keep them coming, and we'll see you as we did this Friday, next Friday, with more responses.